Hey there, I'm Essi Flynn, and today we're headed out to visit one of the oldest reconstructed historical sites in North Carolina. I'm talking about none other than Town Creek Indian Mound. Today we're headed to Mount Chiliad, North Carolina to visit Town Creek Indian Mound. Mount Chiliad is part of the Piedmont region of North Carolina. The Piedmont is the middle region of the state located between the coastal plain and the mountain regions. Piedmont is actually a French word, meaning foot of the mountain. Now, people have lived in the Piedmont region of North Carolina for a very long time. But how do we know this? Well, we know this because they left clues, and many of those clues were discovered right here at Town Creek Indian Mound. As you can see in the picture, there are different layers of artifacts on display. Each group or lineup was found in a separate layer of soil as archaeologists slowly unearthed hundreds of years of history. Can you believe that the early Paleo-Indians were here in the Piedmont region as early as 10,000 BC? That's 10,000 years before the birth of Christ. These people were a nomadic people and lived a hunter-gatherer life. People who lived such a life would have constantly moved from one place to another to find food. According to archaeologists, it was about 1000 BC when these people gradually gave up the hunting and foraging lifestyle and slowly developed ways of farming. As they learned to cultivate plants, their food options increased. This not only changed their diet, but it changed their lifestyle as well. They built structures to live in, and it is because of this and the fact that they stayed put in one place for so long that we are able to learn about them today. We don't know the name these people had for themselves, but because they lived near the present-day Pee Dee River, historians have named them the Pee Dee Indians. In 1937, the farmer who owned the land that the mound was on donated the area of land surrounding the mound to the state of North Carolina. Archaeologists got to work and found evidence of a people that lived there over 600 years ago. Imagine! This was once a farmer's field with a large mound in the middle, and it was just sitting there for hundreds of years with secrets yet to be discovered. As we walk into the stockade, you will notice that the tower opening is only wide enough for one person to enter at a time. This would help prevent their enemies from suddenly springing an attack on them. The first building that we come to is a reconstructed ceremonial hut. This building would be where the family would meet with the priest and prepare the body of their loved one for burial. This hut is a reconstruction of what once stood here over 600 years ago. The hut would have been built out of upright posts that were covered with wattle and daub. The roof is made of wooden poles that are lashed together and covered with straw thatching on the outside and river cane on the inside. When you come to visit, you will find a recorded reenactment of a burial ceremony inside the burial hut. This next building is a minor temple. As you can see, this building contains plenty of seating inside for ceremonies, with an area for a fire pit in the middle and a small skylight in the ceiling above. The burial mound is also a reconstruction of what was once here. Archaeologists now believe that it was built around 1250 AD. The base of the mound was created when the first ceremonial temple collapsed, and the PD people simply covered it with a mound of earth and built another temple on top. Later, this structure was destroyed by a fire, and again they covered it with earth and built the mound up even higher. The final and last temple was built on top. This ceremonial center was not only a place for burials and ceremonies, but also a place for religious celebrations and athletic contests as well. This tall goalpost marks the center of the athletic field. Over 500 burials have been found at Town Creek Indian Mound. For hundreds of years, history was preserved here, just waiting to be discovered. Thanks for joining me today as we explored North Carolina's history, and I'll see you next time for another step back in time.